At these brothers. Man, I ain't gonna even lie, man. It's time for you to show your ass, brothers. It's time for you to show up and show your ass, brothers. What I mean by that, man, it's time that you get off of the internet and looking at everybody else make quantum leaps in life. It's time for you to stop looking around and see everybody, get the things that they're want to manifest and get the new careers they want to step into and get the relationships they want to obtain and just live the life that's in their mind. It's time that you stop looking at everybody else win, bro. And it's time that you plug in, man. It's time that you plug in. Like you can only live that life of an observer for so long. And for some people, man, they come out of their teens. They hit 20, 21, 23, and they're already fed up with it. They're already doing things to make life better. Some people wait till their 40s. Some people wait till their 60s. It don't matter when you start, but at some point you have to start. At some point, just looking at the world as an observer, man, it gets old. It gets old, man. It's time that y'all hang that hat up, bro. Like the time is now. Don't be sitting there saying, oh, well, January 1st is, a few days away, man. The new year, I'm going to do this. That book got all these things I've been saying I'm going to do, man. I'm going to start doing that stuff when the new year hits. That's the talk of losers, brother. There is no new year. Your new year starts when you make that decision. Make your new year the moment you see this video. It's time, brothers. And I don't know no other way to say it, man. I'm trying to find some kind of way to say it. It's time that you walk with Source, bro. I don't know no other way to say it. It's time that you walk with God. And when I say walk with God, let me try to say it a different way. This is a way, man, that this is how me and the brothers in the circle talked about it some weeks ago or some months ago. I can't remember, man. It's time that you live life, brothers, like God is watching you. It's time to live. And I'm not talking about, you go to church and the good Lord is everywhere and watching everything. No, I'm talking about going deeper than that. I'm talking about just like when you're on your job. When you're on your job, whatever it is you do, man, and the manager come in and say, hey, you know what? Tomorrow the big boss is coming in. Tomorrow the CEO is coming in. And everybody's tightening up. Everybody's making sure everything's clean. Everybody making sure that everything on the shelf is dressed. Everybody's making sure that the trucks are clean. Everybody's making sure that the front part of the store is vacuumed and all the furniture you're gonna sell is dusted off. I need you to live as if God is showing up and God is watching you. Live as if God is watching you directly. Again, when you're at work, you putting them boxes on the shelf and Bezos walks in. Oh, you moving in a different order, man. You not moving like you were moving last week when the big boss walked in. And I'm saying live your life like God is about to show up. Live your life like God is, like God is over your shoulder 24 hours a day. You're a different person. You're a completely different being. And I'm telling you this, man, if you can get to the point where you live your life like that, man, you're going to live a completely different experience. You're going to have a completely different experience. And one thing is, it's kind of like using the same scenario. If Bezos shows up to your job, if your boss shows up to your job, the first thing you're going to do, man, you're going to have all the rules in order. Your job description is going to be in your mind. Like, I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to have these boxes on this shelf. I'm supposed to have these boxes loaded in my truck and delivered by this time. I'm supposed to conduct myself a certain way. If you living like God is watching, man, you got to say, you know what are my marching orders? What are my instructions? And I don't know what verse it is in the Bible, man, but I know when it said the two greatest commandments are to love God with all your heart and to love your brothers like you love yourself. And I'm paraphrasing. I'm going to tell you, this sounds so simple, man, but if you can just incorporate those two rules, those two bylaws in your life, man, your life will never be the same, man. It'll never be the same. So all I'm saying, man, is if you want to change your life in the fastest way, yeah, you can go take all these courses. You can go take seminars. You can go get a degree. You can go get 1,000 degrees. You can go join the church. You can go do mission. You can do everything you want to do. You can tap dance, scream, all these other bells and whistles that the world has shown you or tells you how to get a closer connection with Source. You can do all of that, man. But if you just connect with that Source and love that Source with everything in you, and then love your brother, love your sister just like you love yourself, man, that's the master key. That's the master key, man. Shout out to a brother I love dearly, man. A brother named Landon, man, out of Florida. Me and this brother connected last night on a call, man. We were just supposed to be chopping for a few minutes. Man, I ended up talking to that brother for hours. It feels good. It feels good when you come in contact, when you cross paths, which me and this brother been knowing each other for years. But when you commune with a brother that's plugged in, man, it's nothing like it. It's like two kings coming together, man. And that's the relationship I want to have with every single one of my brothers. When I make this video, man, and we get in the comment section and we chop, man, I want it to be like kings coming together. I want it to be like men that walk in a godly order coming together. If we're talking about changing this world, hell, if we're just talking about changing our lives, man, you got to learn to walk with God. You got to learn to walk with God. So if you're walking with God, you got to understand this. One of the primary things you need, you have to have an objective. If the boss man shows up to work, you're not sitting there twiddling your thumbs. You're like, what's my job description? Who am I? Where am I going? What am I supposed to be doing? What's your objective, man? What is your objective? What is it? And I'm talking about on the deepest levels of self. I'm not talking about what you're going to do today when you go to work. I'm not talking about what you got to tackle at home when you come back and deceive in the motor yard and kiss the wife and cook the chicken or whatever. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if all that stuff was gone and you had all 24 hours to yourself to love God with all your heart, to love your brother like you love yourself, what would your objective be? What would your objective be? That's what you have to ask yourself first, man. That's how you're going to separate yourself from brothers that are walking around in a trance. What is your objective, man? And start moving towards that. Start moving towards that, man. Put the remote down for a little bit. Put the bottle down for a little bit. Shut down the hub for 5 minutes and say, what's my objective? If the big boss is standing behind me, what am I doing all day? Am I on Twitter? Am I looking at body parts on the Instagrams? If the big boss is watching me 24 hours a day, what am I doing? That's the work right there, man. Whatever that is, that's the work you need to be moving towards every single day. That's the work that will give you your freedom. You sitting there complaining about your job every day. When you find that objective I'm talking about right now, that's the thing that will give you your freedom. Quick plug, man. I got a call, man. I don't even want to call it a webinar. It's gonna be just a chop session, to be honest. Today at 1:00, if y'all see this video in time, I'll leave a link, man, so you can register for that call. Get registered, man. He'll send you a link to that call. We're gonna have it about, I think 1:30 is what I got it scheduled for. Talking about the non-negotiables. 5 non-negotiables to become an entrepreneur. 5 non-negotiables. And I can tell you this is one of them. You have to have an objective. It's an absolute must, brothers. But once you get that objective, then what do you do, soul? Okay, I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know I'm supposed to be, again, taking these boxes and doing this and this. Like, this is my job description. Boss is watching me. I'm doing this to a T. The second thing is, brothers, once you get that objective, you have to put a plan of action in place. You have to put action in place. You have to identify tasks to complete that action. And this is the thing right here. I don't want to downplay this, because like, this is the thing, man. Like this is the thing. Like, when we talk about accomplishing missions or manifesting certain things, I don't care if it's cars, material, I don't care if it's all that stuff, whatever it is. When you talk about bringing something new in your life, new job, new person, new whip, new crib, new anything. Like, a lot of people think that accomplishing that goal, a lot of people think that getting that person in your life, getting that job is the ultimate goal. And it is the ultimate goal, but it's not the prize. It's not the prize, man. The prize is the process before that, which is the work. The prize is the work. I'm telling you, the prize is the work. And it took me a long time to understand that, man. Like even in the book 4 Agreements. Yeah, even in the book 4 Agreements, man, there's a part, and I don't know where it is or exactly how it says it. But in a nutshell, man, it says that the work that you put in, the physical activity you put in, is the worship. Like the work is the worship, man. Meaning, and I say this all the time, like meaning you think that going down in front of the altar with your nice suit and shiny shoes on and putting your little 10% in the bucket is the highest form. It trips me out, man, when people walk down and, you know, they make tithes and all. They make tithes and offering a show sometime. And I haven't seen it in years, man. But some churches make it where, all right, bring your tithes and offering. And you see everybody's chest puffing up. You see all the ladies with the big hats and shiny dresses walking down like, yeah, like I'm greater than y'all that are not getting up, putting your 10% in. That's the wildest thing to me, man. When believers act like that. When believers let ego separate them from other people. Men walking down like, yeah, I got that job and I get $100K a year and you know, and I got the shiny car in the parking lot and look at my suit. Let me put this 10% in this bucket and let all y'all see me. Some of y'all think that's the highest form of worship. No. The highest form of worship is when you walk out of that building and you say, you know what? You put your hat back on and you say, okay, let me remember what my objective is. And you get busy on it. That's the highest form of worship. Again, going back to the scenario, you think if Bezos shows up at Amazon, you think he wants to see anything other than people loading trucks, people driving trucks, people delivering packages, people boxing up? He don't want to see nothing but that. He don't care what you doing on your break time. He don't care about none of that, man. Bezos said, I come to see what people are doing. I come to see the actions that are moving all of us forward. You have to live like that, bro. Your actions, man. The action is the prize, brothers. The action is the prize. And I'm going to tell you this. If you ever been put in position, whether it's like you got hurt and you can't go to work or any scenario is taking place, whether you're sick, you're sitting at home with something that got you in the bed for 3 or 4 days, a flu, who knows, right? And you can't do anything. You can't get up and do that thing with your kids. You can't get up and cook a meal for your family. You can't get up and take your kids to the park. You can't get up and do that daily thing you do, walk around the block. You realize how important the work is, man. You're like, dang, bro, I'm sick. The work is everything. The work is everything. Like, the objective is cool, but the work is everything, man. Fall in love with the work. I've been saying that for 100 years. Fall in love with the work, man. And then you got to do this, brothers. Once you identify your objective, once you can fall in love with that thing that you're supposed to be waking up doing every single day, you have to start walking in divine order. And maybe I could have used a different word, but walking in divine order, which means exactly what I said from the get-go. Walking the energy is if the boss is with you. Like in other words, and I'll keep using Bezos, but if Bezos is watching every move you do, you know all the bylaws, you know all the rules, and you know that whatever takes place in this warehouse, you ain't got to worry about nothing because the owner of the owner of the whole situation is right here. Like you have full authority to do whatever it is you want to do. If you walking with source, you got to move in the same order, man. Walk like God, work like God is with you, brothers. It's gonna change everything. Which means when you sitting there, your meditation, man, and you decide to do a thing, understand that you have full authority. Understand that you have full power. Understand that whatever shot you calling in life, the big boss is right there. The big boss is granting you authority. It's saying it's in the rule book. You have power to do a certain thing. I'm gonna tell you right there, that's a lot of our problem, man. Some of us know our objective. Some of us have a plan in action, man, on what we need to do. But the reason a lot of us don't move forward is because we don't understand that we have authority. A lot of us live life submissively, if that's a word, because we don't really understand that we have order. We don't understand that we have power. We don't understand that since we put an objective in place and put plans of action in place, that now that energy that everybody's looking up to is right here with you, is right here around you, is inside of you. It's a difference when a man moves in that energy. When a man moves with authority, I can see it on him. I can see it in his eyes. I can see the power in a man through his eyes, through the way he walks, through the way he speaks, through the way he treats people. I can see it. Some of y'all can see it. I can also see when a man puts a shiny suit on to cover the fact up that he doesn't have that authority yet. I can see that also. So mother, you have to start moving in that authority that we have. We get on this YouTube, we get on this channel, man. We talk about some things, man, to move us forward. We talk about things to move us forward. When are we gonna start standing on it and walking in it? When are we going to start standing on it and walking in it? Let's move with authority, man. Again, it goes back to this. When you see people, again, when you get online and you see people doing certain things, when you see people setting up certain businesses, when you see people calling certain plays, and you like, man, like just last year, this brother was complaining about a job. Now this brother is doing something completely different. Or I saw this brother, man, he was unhealthy, man. He was this. He could barely walk. And now this brother is fit. Now this brother's life is beautiful. All I'm saying is when you see people go from A to Z, when you see people make these quantum leaps, instead of looking back in awe and scrolling to the next person that's done it, and scrolling to the next person that's done it, and getting on YouTube and watching the whole video of a person that's done it, then getting on TikTok and looking at people that are doing it. Instead of doing that, won't you just take 5 minutes, man, and say, you know what? How can I stand on mine and walk in mine? Like how can I do that? How can I live my life like God is walking with me? I'm telling you, man, it's time to plug in, bro. And it's not even on some get left behind stuff. It's not even on some, oh, you got to do this, man, before the new year, before the solar eclipse, and before. It's like, just do it now. Just do it now. Like your future is 100% based on what you're doing in this moment. What you're doing in this, like what frequency you've captured and you're moving in this moment. That's what your future is based on. That's why I'm always saying, man, like when you see your goals, when you create that vision, it's not about just focus on that vision and steadily. And this is what most people doing, and grinding, going toward that vision, looking no, that's not how you do it, bro. That's why you hear most people talking about grinding, because they have a grind mindset. Even though a grind mindset sounds like a powerful place to be in, a grind mindset is the opposite of what we're supposed to be doing. A grind mindset will have you focused on the vision, low crawling the whole way. And at some point you will look up and say, you know what? I've been doing this for 365 whole days, and I haven't moved forward yet. Because you can't be looking down. You can't be looking down the path and going through the trenches to get there. You got to look. I mean, you got to look at the future. Rather, you got to look at the future. Get that frequency, get that energy, get that essence, and bring it to your now. And bring it to right here. And move and conduct yourself and align your demeanor as if it's right now. And put that work in that'll take to get there. Put that work in to right now. That's how you do it, brothers. And I'm telling you, when you do that, and when you put certain things in action, you claim an objective, you put actions in place, brother, you summon God. God is showing up. The big boss is showing up like, oh, I see you ready now. I see you're tired of scrolling. I see you're tired of just sitting in that chair and meditating on a thing. Like, I see now you're ready to do the work. I'm telling you, man, we make this thing to appear to be so difficult. We make this thing to appear so difficult. It's like me and my brother Landon was talking last night, man. Landon, he's in exit strategies, man. He's getting ready to do some huge things, man. And we were just talking, man, and I was kind of telling him kind of how I made certain plays and did this and da-da-da. And we were talking, man, and we said, a lot of people think that to get to that next level, to get that digital bag, to start that business, like a lot of people think that there's so many hurdles in place. A lot of people think that there is such a huge maze to get to that place, but it's not. It's about sitting back, it's about sitting back, looking at that objective of where you're going and say, okay, you know what? I see what kind of person I got to be to do there. I can see what kind of rituals need to be in place. I can see what kind of daily activities need to be in place. Let me extract that out of my mind. Let me extract that from down the road and bring all that right here and just do it. And once you start doing it, you're already there. You know what I'm saying? Once you put it into place, once you embody that future, once you take the thoughts that are in your heaven and bring them down to your earth and start moving in it and start matching that energy, it's done already. You're just moving in it. Now it's just a matter of waking up every day and worshiping. Like that thing that you think that's a year, that's 10 years down the road, brothers, is right here around you right now. You just have to apply what you know and do the damn thing. Like, just do the damn thing. Like cut YouTube off, cut the games off, man, for 5 minutes and put the work in, bro. I wish I could tell you, if you do all these extra bells and whistles, man, and do these seances and it'll happen, bro. No, bro. Get out of your head. Get off your ass and just put the work in. And I promise you life will change.